A slide?
We're good.
Okay, good. I am Adele Michael, and thank you for being here. I'm really glad you're here. So today we're talking about a taste of authentic marketing. And who I am as a former therapist and peak performance trainer for athletes. And I've transitioned into working with entrepreneurs, which I've been doing since 2005. And my mission is to help transformational entrepreneurs like you make money while making a difference. So what is authentic marketing, and how can you use it to draw more of your ideal clients into your business? So this is what I think we desire: to work with more people, more of the people that you love to work with and who you can help the most. And the problem is that your clients are jaded consumers. They have been lied to, they've been manipulated, and they've been fooled by marketers. So how do you deal with that? Because they want authentic and real communications. And they want companies that they deal with, both large and small, like yours, that have their best interests at heart. So to deal with that, I think we need to realize that we have a wonderful opportunity to chart your own course, to sell to and serve your clients with integrity, and to keep your values intact. And that means that you have to be real. You have to keep it real, and you have to be real in your interactions with people. I'm going to give you 3 keys to being real. The first is to stop staying hidden. A lot of the entrepreneurs that I work with, and I work mostly with women entrepreneurs, we tend to hide ourselves. We don't want to be aggressive, and we don't want to bother people. So we don't put our best self forward. We have a fear of standing out, of being too much, of being not enough. So it's very easy to stay hidden. So that's the first key, is to stop staying hidden. So think for a moment where you might be hiding. Is it that you're not putting your next event on social media, or you're not talking to that person who was interested in talking to you at the networking meeting? Maybe you're not asking people to do business with you. Where are you staying hidden? So the second key to being real is to lower your barriers. And what that means is, whatever you're defending against, whatever considerations you have about working with more people, whatever conclusions you've come to about your work. Maybe, if you've gone through a dry spell, and maybe you don't think your work is valuable. If you've had a difficult client, that can kind of set you off thinking, maybe this isn't for me. But if you lower your barriers, you can allow more to come to you. And that's the third key, is to receive and allow everything and everyone. So that seems a little odd, and this is a concept that I've been reminded of in a new way by Access Consciousness, which is a set of tools to help you actualize and have more of what you want in your life and business. And receiving and allowing is different than keeping and storing. And what that means is that you allow others to be themselves and you allow it to move past you. So I was talking yesterday to a friend who had a very upsetting interchange on social media with a friend about their political differences. And it had gotten kind of ugly. And she was upset about it. And I understand. It is upsetting not to be in communion with other people, not to be able to communicate, but to feel shut out or made fun of or made wrong or made bad. It's difficult. And what I asked her to do was think about being able to receive that as that other person's reality. It doesn't have to be hers, but to receive it as someone else's reality. And the reason I bring that up is that a lot of, I know for me and a lot of the women that I work with, we have the consideration of, I'll be criticized, I'll be ridiculed, I'll be rejected. And we've all heard those stories. And it can happen on different scales. Some people have pretty dramatic experiences with that. And what I know to be true is when you allow it, when you receive it and you allow it, it begins to dissipate. It does begin to go away. It's when we're defended against it, when we have our barriers up, that it doesn't work very well. So key number 3 to being real is receive and allow everything and everyone. And as I say, allowing isn't keeping it. It's allowing it to flow around you as if you're a rock in a river. It just flows around you and you don't have to hold on to it. And that can free you up to be bigger, to be bolder, and to risk someone not liking what you're doing. And in reality, that's their choice. It's not your choice. And if your choice is to do your business, is to grow your mission, grow your business, grow the impact you have with the people that you want to serve, then receiving and allowing everything and everyone is a really important key. So how do you take those keys to being real and put it into your marketing? So you have the authenticity and the marketing. So the first step, I think, is to have a clear and compelling message that you deliver with confidence and authenticity. And I see so many entrepreneurs really struggle with this. It's like it's really hard to stick the landing. And I know that's has been true for me. It's taken me a number of years and a lot of work to get really clear on who I serve and what they need, what they want, and how I solve the problems that they have. And a lot of that had to do with me becoming real, not being hidden, allowing my barriers to go down and allowing myself to receive and allow whatever was going to happen. So I have put together a 2-day authentic marketing retreat in Durham, North Carolina, next month, October 19th and 20th, that I would like to invite you to. If you're local and can come, that would be great. And I think it would be a really wonderful, if it's a fit for you, it would be a wonderful way for you to spend some time working on your business, not in your business, so that you have a clear and compelling message that you can deliver authentically in a real way. So what we're going to cover are 7 steps to a clear and compelling message. And this is what I've learned through trial and error, through spending actually tens of thousands of dollars on coaching. And what my goal is to help you not spend months or years coming up with that message, but really in 2 days get very clear on what it is. And the reason we're doing it in a very small group gathering, and so it's going to be a safe and supportive space. And the reason I am doing it in 2 days is that so you don't have to spend months or years getting clear. So this is the analogy I like to use. If you've been invited to a party, like a big party, like a ball, what's the first thing you think about? It's like, what am I going to wear? What dress am I going to wear? What jewelry, what shoes, what undergarments are going to make me feel fantastic? And how do I want to do my hair and makeup? So you're ready. So when the big day comes and you go to the big party, you're ready. You show up, you feel fabulous, and you look and sound fantastic. So that's what I think a clear and compelling message does for you. It gives you confidence, you know what you're going to say, and you can say it authentically. So let's go through those 7 steps. And you think about this for yourself. What's your invitation? What are you inviting people into? And I think there are three major categories, excuse me, excuse me, that we invite our clients into. That is health and well-being, money and meaning, love and relationships. So yours may be a combination of those. It may be kind of a derivative of one of those or two. But what is your invitation? What generally are you inviting people into? Is it money and meaning? Is it health and well-being? Is it love and relationships? Okay, think about that. And what is the problem you solve? What is the problem you solve? So it's very easy to stay specific. So I heard about someone who sells skin products, and she said, all of my everyone with skin could be my clients. But that's not really accurate. It's only people who are thinking they have a problem with their skin. Maybe they have acne, maybe they have rosacea, maybe they have drying out as they age. They have a problem that they want to solve. So what's the problem that you solve? The third step is, what is your solution? So speaking of skin, I talked to another person who has, she's a hairdresser and she sells a skin line, a line of skin products. And as we talked, she said, well, you know, I had acne as an adolescent and as an adult, and this is the product that really has helped me not have skin problems. And I thought, well, that's your solution, helping adolescents and adults with acne resolve their acne without taking medication. So what is your solution? The fourth step is, what is your story? So it's not true 100% of the time, but it is true often that your story contributes to the problem you solve and the solution that you deliver. So in my case, I was a coach, and I got to do, I went and worked, presented and exhibited at a big expo, and I got a lot of interest in my services. But when I did the follow-up phone calls to people who were interested in talking to me, I didn't sell anything. I sold one package to a person that I already knew who was at the expo, but you know, nobody knew. And I realized I had a problem, that if I couldn't sell my services, I didn't have a business. So I had to go and find mentors who were selling in ways that resonated with me, that I resonated and was in alignment with their values, and that I knew I could do, because I was not going to do the sleazy sales. I was not going to manipulate people, and I doubt you will either. So instead of staying away from sales, I've found a way to do it in a way that suits me. And I looked around my community and I realized a lot of my colleagues were having the same problem. Offer great services, but they don't really know how to sell them in a way that's authentic to them. So what's your story? So my friend Annie is a branding expert. She writes and does graphics for websites and brochures and things like that. She did my graphics. And her story is that she's been a storyteller since she was a little girl. And she's written screenplays and went to Hollywood and worked for Disney and realized that she really wanted to tell stories for real people, not for animated characters, basically. And so now she does that for small businesses. She tells their story through words and graphics and photographs that are just wonderful. So she has taken her story and transferred it into her business. So what's your story? Why are you doing what you do? The fifth step is, who is ready to hear your story? So I like to say that a really good thing to add to your ideal client descriptor is, are they ready, willing, and able? So in my case, I work with entrepreneurs who've been in business around 3 years. That's kind of the tipping point where they realize, oh, my website's not doing it. My networking, I need more leads. You know, I'm networking, but I don't know how to convert them into clients. And they realize that they need to have that conversion skill, because I help people with sales, authentic marketing and sales. So that's the people that are ready to hear my story. People who are newer in business than that are still hopeful that the website's going to convert people and networking is going to by itself is going to do it, which it doesn't. It can, but it doesn't necessarily. Or that social media by itself is going to do it. If you're in a service-based business, often you have to have one-to-one sales conversations that convert. So who is ready to hear your story? So they may be a mother who has just had it with trying to deal with teenage kids, and she needs more skills. She needs more parenting skills. It could be a corporate woman who looks great on the outside, but on the inside, nothing is working for her. She is ready to throw in the towel, and she needs help creating systems and boundaries and lifestyle choices that will help her have the life that she wants. Maybe you work with people who want a more loving relationship. So they're tired of dating around and they want to have a significant relationship. So who is ready to hear your story? And ready, willing, and able is, are they ready? Do they know they have a problem? Willing, are they willing to take the time, spend the money, and do the work to make the change? And able is, do they have the financial ability to pay for your work? So if you're working with women who've survived trauma, gotten out of an abusive relationship, maybe they're not in a position yet that they could pay for your services. So maybe you do that as pro bono. I know one woman who does that. She helps women reshape their financial lives so they're get out of debt and stay out of debt. And she has a heart for service, so she wants to help people who cannot afford her services, so she can do that on a pro bono basis. But she has a business working with people who can afford her work. And where do you tell your story? This is really important, to go where your people are. So I have a friend who's a consultant for and coach for executives in corporations. So she goes to corporate association meetings. She presents at corporate events. She networks with corporate colleagues. I don't do corporate. That's not my bailiwick. That's hers. Mine is for entrepreneurs and for women entrepreneurs in specific. So I go to women's professional group meetings. I have my own workshop once a month for women entrepreneurs. And I speak to groups of women in business. So where do you tell your story is really geared to who your people are. So have a think about that and see what comes to you. Where you've been, maybe you've been out networking and it's worked great, or maybe you need to tweak that a little bit. Maybe you need to start speaking about what you do so that people see you as an authority, as an expert, and can follow you and have conversations with you about whether your work is for them. And then how do you be heard above the noise? Well, that's the whole point of being real. Because if you're real and if you're in the present moment, if you're embodied, like you're in your body, you're not just in your head, but you're in your body, and you're really listening to what other people are saying to you, you will stand out. You do not, please do not think you have to be an extrovert. I know plenty of introverts who have very successful businesses. And in fact, sometimes they can be more successful than an extrovert because they're listening more closely. So how to be heard above the noise is to be real, to be yourself, and to be confident in what you're doing. So I would again like to invite you to consider coming to Choosing Abundance, a 2-day authentic marketing retreat in Durham next month. And with the goal of your standing out in a noisy marketplace. And what the promise of the event is that you will be clear when you're talking about your work, you'll be real and relatable, and you'll be confident and attract more clients. There are 2 opportunities to save. Because of Hurricane Florence, I've extended the early pay discount through Monday, October 1st, this coming Monday at 12 p.m. midnight Eastern Time. So it's a $300 discount if you register by that time. And if you bring a friend, you and your friend each save $100. Now this is for women only, and it's a very small group. I'm capping it at 12, and there are still some seats. So if you're interested, please go to choosingabundanceevent.com. And I think Sandra's going to put that in the chat if she can. choosingabundanceevent.com. And there you'll have a chance to read more about it, to register if you're ready, or to ask for a complimentary conversation. And I do have conversations available this Friday, the 28th, which is tomorrow, and Monday, October 1st, if you want to get that $300 early price discount. And for those of you listening later, you can also go to that site, choosingabundanceevent.com, and either register for the event or register to talk with me. And if you want to go directly to having a complimentary conversation, you can either go to my website, adelemichael.com, and click on the golden tab on the upper right. It says free consultation. Or you can go directly to www.adelemichael.com/free-consultation/. So I think if Sandra can put that in the chat as well. It's adelemichael.com/free-consultation. And if you're thinking, oh gosh, Adele, I'd really love to come, but I can't make it to that event. It's October 19th and 20th in Durham, North Carolina. Please go ahead and book a conversation with me so we can explore some alternatives. I would love to help you be more authentic in your marketing and be more real so that you draw more people to you. So again, that's adelemichael.com/free-consultation. So that's it for the presentation tonight. I so appreciate you being here. And if you're watching later, thank you. And thanks for coming, and best wishes in your marketing. And I wish you great prosperity.